Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sharon Whiteman, and it's my great pleasure and privilege to partner with Diana Hunter and Gary Knapp and each and every one of you to bring this Australasian series to Australasia and the globe where appropriate. We're very privileged today to have Dr. Gloria Hettige. She graduated from Victoria University of Wellington as a qualified mycologist and microbiologist in 1987. She was employed by several multinational companies as a research scientist before owning and managing an internationally accredited microbiology research and testing laboratory for 17 years. Dr. Gloria also has a Master of Science honors from Auckland University and is a chartered natural medicine practitioner and is a member of the Natural Health Practitioners of New Zealand. She then trained in nutritional, and functional medicine with a goal of supporting holistic health. Today, she continues her research on the various aspects of toxicity which contribute to the breakdown of the body network. She is building a growing collection of functional tests in order to better understand the underlying issues that may trigger breakdowns. She has presented numerous case studies at the annual International Clinical Congress for Natural Medicine in Australia. This is the largest congress of this type in the Southern Hemisphere. She currently co-owns and manages the Therapeutic Centre, a wellness clinic based in Wellington. The clinic offers screening services, analysis of lab results, wellness consultations, and the formulation protocols for its clients, which target various health challenges, both acute and chronic. So today we're going to be learning and hearing about just sitting at the feet of Dr. Gloria and learning about her journey with Mannatech and the wellness technology that we have at our hands. So Gloria, God bless you for being here. I'm very excited to hear what you have to say today.
Thank you very much, Sharon, for this wonderful introduction, but I'm just Gloria Hettige. I think I had some divine intervention. I think my Lord Jesus Christ, I must say, acknowledge my Lord, actually, to be honest. The way things changed my life, from a very skeptical scientist to a person who's actually very much passionate about wellness. And I think Mannatech was actually pivotal on every part of our lives. So my journey with Mannatech has been nothing short of extraordinary, I must say, extraordinary. I repeat that. From a 360 degrees, turnaround in my life to complete a paradigm shift in my career. Could you imagine that? 360, that's the truth, absolute truth. Because people say that I talk too fast, so I apologize for that, But I also must acknowledge Madakani for last week's talk, how she covered beautifully the complex topic of hormones, and that was really wonderful. So
it was great.
Yeah, it was really good. So I think all the speakers, so far we have heard, it's been fantastic and been enriched our lives so much. So Mannatech has been a constant source of inspiration, growth in our lives. I remember when I first learned about Mannatech in the early 2000 and how it resonated with me as I was seeking a solution for wellness than conventional medicine. So it has been, things were triggering in our lives that we were concerned as people, so I must say that when Mannatech was launched in 2002, I think in New Zealand, as you know that I was running the laboratory, and actually I received a blind sample of a white material. I didn't know what it was, but from one of the government labs in Wellington to test for microbiology efficacy. And interesting enough, is it was a coincidence that Dindra was also given a sample of Empetrose at the same time. So he just consulted me and said, what do you think of this technology? I have no idea, I said, but I went ahead and tested this, and I was told this in arabino sugar, you see. So, and at that particular time, it really made me, wanted to find out more about what was this technology, because I know that locally, lots of research companies were actually clamoring at this technology. So that's the way my interest, grew, and I saw, as they say, seeing is believing, and as I saw the way it impacted many people's wellness as such, I could say, which is, that's about, I could say. So as an industrial microbiologist, I worked with dangerous chemicals and saw the firsthand the health challenges that came with it, you see. So my lab was a microbiology and consulting lab, which we tested a broad scale, range of chemicals, dangerous chemicals, So somehow it actually, it has quite a few negative influence in my life. And I never realized that because I think I felt like I was like a mad scientist going about and trying to resolve, and find out a solution for the matrix, certain metrics, industrial metrics, and not realizing how it's impacted my life. So I think I must give a lot of credit to Diandra, my husband. I think he when the opportunities knocked at the door, he listened to it and investigated further, and he basically uh, found out that there is something in this technology that we have to pursue. So I really want to give credit to him. He opened up the doors for us to actually enter and investigate into this technology. So I must say, when we joined Mannatech, it's a turning point in our lives. We both were successful in our respective careers, but we knew that there had to be more to life than just making a living. Mannatech provided us the opportunity to pursue a deeper purpose and made a meaningful impact on people's life too, who we are sort of talking on everyday basis. So I think it was more like, discovering vitamin C for scurvy or vitamin D for cricket. Something was missing in the lives of people. So when I began to hear the talks of Dr. Rich Daniel and Dr. McNally and Dr. Steve Nugent, it really said to me, what as a scientist, what should I look? I should look at the biochemistry of a technology and see how it works in our body, how it actually works, the trigger points of certain things in our body. So I started studying, and as we traveled to US every year for conventions, and then we also made the effort to travel all over actually US to find out more about functional medicine. So what is functional medicine? It's a nutritional medicine or nutritional food that actually addresses the biochemistry of the body. So we began to learn more in a deeper sense. And then at that point, I think in just around 2000 or just before 2000, Diandra actually went and set up this wellness clinic in Wellington, because he found that he left his profession as a professional electrical engineer, and he found that there is another way. When he sort of looked around and found that, why are people not getting well? Why are people still sick? In our family circles, extended family circles, and there's so many doctors in our family, you see. But he began to question himself, and then he decided that he will go overseas, and he went to Europe to find a bit of a background to why people, how people can get better, how people can keep well. So he basically looked, away from the conventional paradigm, and he went and searched, and he did some studies, and he came back and he said, no, we have to do something about it. And that's the time he set up the lab, so clinics to say. And then I joined him in 2006, sold my lab and joined him. And we actually started doing more research, and our passion for functional medicine kept growing, remarkably. So I must say that, there was a lot of challenges during this time, but in spite of all the challenges, we decided to overcome by doing our own research and listening to what Mannatech was actually offering and the educations they were offering, and the research that was, impeccable, I tell you, and the impartation of the knowledge on the people, Mannatech people were, is beyond our thinking or discretion. So I think, I don't know which, well, I think around 2004, 2005, I remember listening to one of the speakers at the convention to say that, let's get ourselves equipped, okay, very important. We do not know what's going to happen in 20 years down, what our children are going to be confronted with. That made me think at that particular time, how much we have to be equipped in terms of nutrition, medicine. And, without saying it goes, what has happened after 20 years? What are we going through? So Mannatech was right there during the wellness revolution, I must say. And now we are faced with a sense of, how, more or less, I would say, sickness, there's so much coming forth. So what are we going to do about this? How are we going to look after ourselves? So that is my question. It's been always there. So I think our clinic actually has sort of a ground to work through the difficult times people are facing, and how we can help people in many ways. I think functional medicine works on a platform where we work on physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. Okay, so it's a shift. It's a sense of unblocking people's system, in terms nutritionally, and how nutrition can actually be ingested well and simulated well, so that our body can start working well. So it has been we've been researching, implementing protocols for better quality of life for our clients. So I think each time you find someone getting educated and getting nurtured in a way that they can actually say, oh, yes, we can do something about it. So I think it's a continuous learning, from people as such, I must say. And I think last 10 years or so, as we were attending various conferences or functional medicine conferences, we found out that, we have to work on these three platforms, to connect mind and body. It's about connecting your gut to your brain, and how I always tell myself, if I have a leaky gut, I have a leaky brain, and I have a leaky heart, everything works like that. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of how we are going to basically nourish our body in a way that our body will start building, harmoniously, and start giving the results we need. So that has been most important, pivotal thing in my practice, or both Dan and myself, we practice. So one important fact that I stand by Mannatech research is this actual research with actual evidence and transparent ingredients. So the products are built to modulate the immune system and regulate organ system and detoxifying elements. So it basically provides a quality of life from A to Z, something I can attest to personally, as I've seen my own in this last couple of years. I'm turning 70 this year, and I feel that my wellness is so much better than now than when I was in the 30s and 40s. So you can imagine. So I just thought, I think to myself, if I've not listened 22 years ago, what was available, opportunities that was actually available at our doorstep, what would happen to me? So I'm enjoying great wellness now than I ever enjoyed 20, 30, 40, 40 years ago. So I must give credit to Mannatech technology and what Mannatech has taught us. So it has been significant, I must say, to significant, because it's like one-stop solution to quality of life. So now we are continuously, as we are trained in this functional medicine paradigm, we are continually hearing how the quality of life, I know people are living longer, the quantity of life is okay, but the quality of life is on decrease. So what are we going to do about it as a nation, as people? So I think we got an answer to that, because it's all about nutrition, looking after ourselves in a way. It's quite interesting that when we look back what we have done, we talk about acute to chronic. Okay, what happens when we are acute? Acute is when something we notice, for example, a symptom we notice. Okay, and we say, okay, we are quite concerned about symptom. We go and get an answer from, conventionally, and we said, okay, it is gone. But we do not know how we are affected by the acute symptom, years to come, it becomes chronic. So we don't do anything about it. We still keep, depending on conventional, but we do not do anything nutritionally or change our lifestyle as such. So that's what I find is so important for us to do that in terms of, nutritionally, how we are going to change. What's the source of the acute symptom? What's the source? So we always go back to find out the source. And then when we know what the source of the trigger points, we can actually manage that so well that we find an answer to the solution. Like, always I tell people, now, if you've got a headache, what do you do? Most people tend to take Panadols. I say, let's look at it. Our body is actually 70% water, 90% of blood is water, 25% body water. So when we are dehydrated, we get, it's not always the case, but we do get headaches. So why don't you have some water, And it does help, and even in terms of, and I always, I start from the source of, I tell myself, if I've got a headache, what I do? And if I'm tired, what do I do? I go and take a glass of water, because you need at least 6 to 7 glasses of water every day. So it's a matter of actually finding out what's the trigger points, what is causing the certain things. So that's how I think our clinic is actually based on training, nurturing, and how people can actually go forth and live a healthy, well life. So I just want to go back to a few slides and show the history of the glyconutrients and the publications as such. They'll give you some ideas how this technology has evolved. I think most of us know about that, but sometimes we need to jerk our memory port and also whet our appetite for this technology to go forward very strongly and help people to build the inner self, like tapping the inner leaf of the aloe vera leaf, the mannose sugar, I think it's so important for us, to actually our appetite. So I just want to go to the history of glyconutrition and some of the publications, and just highlight a few points. Okay, I'm just going to share the screen with you all. Okay, so this is my favorite slide, I must say, because it summarizes all about Mannatech. Because the technology is so advanced, because as a scientist, as I said, I publish papers in various fields that through my research, 11 years at university, I've published. But I must say that most of the trials and things can be sort of navigated to the way you want. But Mannatech is so transparent, it is so grand. So the cells is all about missing cell communication, cell-to-cell communication. Dr. Nugent keeps on telling us, the cells in the body knows when they need nutrition, protection, repair, and they do this by communicating with other cells to determine the best way to promote good health. So Mannatech scientists are the innovators of this incredible technology that's revolutionizing nutrition, immune health, anti-aging, skin care, weight management, more. The trillions of cells. So we all know this. This is the basic fundamental knowledge about the aloe vera technology. And, every line as we read, it actually translates the fact that it does what it tells us. Absolutely, it does tell us, because I'm the proof in the pudding. I tell you, I'm a proof in the pudding. I'm always delighted. I'm so passionate about this technology. I say, why not people just listen and just open their mouth and take this product, and they will know the results, because it works, because it's a missing link. So as I say, Mannatech scientists are the innovators of this incredible technologies. I say exceptional, that's revolutionizing nutrition, immune health, anti-aging, skin care, weight management, and more. So this is my favorite slide. It summarizes all how we all feel as we are, as Mannatech family. I'm always so passionate to talk to my Mannatech family, because we are the best, I must say. Now, this is interesting. I don't know. I know that most of you all know about this history of glyconutrients, but I just want to highlight a few things to help us understand what is all this glyconutrients. As a scientist, I'm so passionate about, and about what the reason happening is. Okay, so between 1906 and 1953, erythropoietin, a glycoprotein hormone that controls the formation of red blood cell, is discovered. That is incredible, isn't it? Yeah. That is part of a circulation, red blood cells, oxygen. You can imagine, that was awesome. Now, between 1953 and 1983, I think, an Atomic Energy Commission scientists demonstrate for the first time the ability of topical fresh aloe vera gel to protect animal skin. Isn't it incredible? Animals are experimental all the time, isn't it? Then it goes first biological active polysaccharide from aloe vera gel. AC Menon discovered more than 150 patents are granted. Wonderful. So we know all about journal of Dr. Exford. I think most of us remember. He was actually, in Oxford, and he was actually doing a lot of work with, and publishing a journal of glycobiology launched by Oxford University Press. Glycobiology is a study of the structure, biosynthesis, and biology of saccharides, sugar chain, or glycans that are widely distributed. So we all know about it. And now, the birth of the Journal of Glycobiology. That's wonderful, isn't it? And then injectable polysaccharide from aloe vera, aceminin, immunostimulant, is approved by the UCDA for use in cats and dogs. That is interesting that I know most people found a great success with animals. Now, I like to really point out to this, okay? Aceminin is approved by the USD for use as a vaccine adjuvant in chickens and licensed to Solvay Animal Health. Solvay and adjuvant. Adjuvant is the way of actually transportation, delivery mechanism of a vaccine. So can you imagine how that is so? That actually have to open our eyes. Wow. Aceminin is approved by USDA for the use as a vaccine adjuvant in chickens and licensed to Solvay Animal. Can you see the relationships? You can build your own relationship and your own ideas about how powerful this technology is. It's incredible. Now, Mannatech is launched with nutrition industry first stabilized aloe vera gel dietary supplement. At this point, I really like you all bring your attention to so many products are now coming as nanotechnology. Now, aloe vera is known for 5,000 years. Now, there are other technologies coming that the delivery system is been perfected, and people are getting the benefits of the delivery system, how the products works in the system, because our body is such a complex body. We need to perfect the technology of certain ingredients, of certain powerful plants that will actually give us the results that we know. So that's exactly, see, Mannatech actually pioneered this technology with aloe vera. They pioneered it more than any other company. So how proud we can be. Mannatech negotiated expensive distribution rights to menopause powder. I must say that every morning, I take my Mannatech Embatros Life and Embatros, and I tell you, it's incredible what it does to one's body, what the amount of energy, the amount of connection it makes in the body is incredible. Now, you saw 1996, 2002, Mannatech Chief of Science Officer made discovery of a whole new category of plant-based glyconutrients, so Embatros birth. So we can see so and on how this technology is evolved to improve the delivery mechanism to our body, so our body can be resilient and fight the battle ahead. So we Mannatechers are actually built like iron framework, to be honest, I must say. So we're very excited about this technology more and more. And now in 2015, 2016, Mannatech's proud announced its 100th patent, and I think we got more patents than any other manufacturer of functional medicine. And then launch of Embatros Life in 20-year anniversary. I think Embatros Life and then the weight management is a fantastic system that gives people A to Z, to live by the, we got a solution, A to Z solution to live by every day. Now, I just want to bring attention to certain recent glyconutrient studies, okay? So January 2010, there was a study showed that it is very hard to do double-blind, because I've done myself studies and double-blind study of nutrition, because they do change, because people are, everyone is different. But Mannatech is so brave to actually do some double-blind studies. It's incredible. So you can see 2010 study showed Embatros complex powder 4 grams per day over 12 weeks can improve memory, improved psychological well-being. Now, what is the problem now at the moment? Most people have issue with memory. People have issue with psychological mental issues on the rise right now, isn't it? So you can see. So what are people lacking? The missing link. That's what I feel. So saccharide affects cognition and well-being of middle-aged adults. So study has been done. Then a review of polysaccharides, brain function is published, mechanism that might help the cognitive benefits of glyconutrients, polysaccharide explode. So now again, so it's all about gut-brain function, gut-brain function. So what happens? We know that many functional medicine at the moment in the marketplace have actually acquired or actually incorporating at least one sugar into their products to work on the gut lining, gut health, and you can see people are finding the difference because they can see the changes, what the way they feel, the way the energy goes up, the way they think, everything. Now, January 2010 to June 12, study shows Mannatech Emperor's complex improves well-being in healthy adults. Now, when you talk about well-being, what do you think of it? Well-being is basically improving the whole physical, mental, spiritual health of people. People can think better, speak better, talk better, work better, and productive. Productiveness just goes up. So 2012 to 2003, the Belgian scientists published Emperor's product prebiotic study. You can't imagine, we talk about prebiotic, probiotic. You see the balance the microbiome in your gut. When you improve the microbiome in your gut, what happens? The gut starts talking because you've got a balanced microbiome, microbial load in the body, and the upstaging of good microbiome in the body. So there's so much research going on with microbiome, and so much talk about microbiome. Now, in 2015, clinical study showed that Empetrol's complex improves memory. Swinburne University, South Australia clinical study showed that shortly after taking a single serve of Empetrol's powder, subjects experience significantly improved memory and perform significantly better on demanding cognitive tasks. The product had no effect on blood glucose levels. I know I'm going to little bit sort of talk about Empetrol's life because it actually balances the how the product helps with there's no effect on blood sugar. It actually balances. It helps with the whole body system, the blood, everything. And you can see, I like to stress the point, taking a single serve Empetrol's complex, subjects experienced significantly improved memory. That is wonderful. That's awesome. And then 2020 placebo-controlled double-blind randomized trial on Empetrol's life suggests that Empetrol may work as an immune system modulator. That is wonderful, isn't it? It doesn't upregulate or downregulate, but it modulates the immune system by taking nutrition products, opening our mouth and swallowing it every day to be consistent and persistent. And I'm a proof in the pudding. We take it. Last 22 years, we never stopped taking this product. And that's why I'm sort of mentioning that I'm turning 70 this year, and I never felt better than than any time before. And when I was in 30s and 40s, no, I'm feeling better than that. Now, in 2020, study on Empetrol. This is a very interesting study. Okay, it says as an assessment of glyconutrient Empetrol on immunity, gut health, and safety in men and women, a placebo-controlled, double-blind, randomized clinical study. Short version I'm talking about. Conclusion: regular supplementation Empetrol is safe and can improve subclinical adversity as evidenced by the decrease in monocyte without unnecessary activation of immune response. In the bracket you read as evidenced by the decrease in monocyte. Look, I think we have, because as you know that I've published quite a few case studies now, and also published international case study in one of the international journal last year. I must say that, monocyte has got to do a lot. We talk about gut health, we talk about brain health, we have to talk about cardiovascular health. So it harmonizes the whole body in a way, beyond our understanding. So monocyte is one of the immune cells that actually, it is somewhat itself, it actually, it affects our cardiovascular health. So it's actually to show that to improve subclinical adversity as evidence of a decrease in monocyte is fantastic. And a bigger version, a longer version of this study says that our finding indicate that glyconutrient supplement this Empetrol's life, okay, is very well tolerated by healthy adults and we associate with higher values of psychological general well-being index as compared to placebo. Also, Empetrol supplementation can reduce circulating monocyte numbers and alter cytokine concentrate, the inflammation markers, okay, suggesting that it affects immune function. These findings show embetros supplementation is likely an immune system modulator as opposed to being an immune system stimulator. But anyway, I'll continue talking. You can hear me, no?
Yes.
So Embetro Life has got a couple of, it's one thing about modified citric protein, pectin. And that's a very important product because in the clinic, traditionally, we used to use that product for detox of heavy metals. So as you all know that Embetros Life has got an element to actually detox, okay? So it's a, it is, you know, it's been used in a double-blind study and is proven to immune system, and it is saw that it decrease in monocyte circulation. It also helps to sort of build a system in the body that actually responds positively to the brain health, and also to build a resilience way that it actually helps people to be more productive in what they do and how they go about in their daily lives. And so I do suggest people, people to take Embetros Life in a way that, that they can, because it's awesome technology, like anything else in Mannatech. Because I think each and every product in Mannatech, is been formulated in a way to give from the start to the last, to sort of, and the only thing is, I know affordability of people, where they can't afford as much, but I think taking Embetros in a daily basis does help people, especially what's happening right now in terms of what's going on in the current physical world, how people can overcome,
Just give me time.
in the way that I think, there's as we all know that people are constantly struggling with the fact that how am I going to get up for work today, and how I'm going to get through the day, but just knowing that we got a technology that we can give to people and say, yes, there is something else that you can take and, and be, well, in a daily basis. So, to be honest, I must say that when we got into Mannatech, it was nothing to do. We didn't even know the compensation plan, to be honest. To be honest, continuously, we are actually learning about technology as we use the technology. It's about using the technology and learning the technology, So I think, and when you find that out for yourself, it's more powerful story than anything else that anyone can provide. And that's what's happening to us right now, And I think when we got Mannatech, we didn't know anything about the, compensation plan, but things came about and helped us in a way that we received financial wellness too at the same time, by just helping people to get better and better and better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I do suggest that people can anytime go to our website called therapeuticcentre.co.nz and have a look at the testimonial and the case studies done and the publication studies. So you'll have some information, because as you know, Mannatech has been a backdrop technology in our clinic, and been working that we've been relentlessly working with it, So
Yes. I
now,
think the important takeaway for people listening today, or who are invited to listen to this, Gloria, is that, we're both health professionals. I was on the nursing side, and you're microbiologist on the science side, and we've both come from healthcare, and you in business and healthcare, from different perspectives, and we're woken up by this technology. And I don't know if you identify with this, it set me down a different trajectory in my life when I was introduced to Mannatech. It was a chance meeting. I was skeptical, but they said, just take a look at the information. And when I saw, I thought, why was I frightened of this? And I can hear in your story of your journey today that in learning this, that we're all in a world right now where our whole health system has been turned upside down. And some people might nod their head when they hear this, but we've sort of been pitted against each other, and as lay people and as citizen scientists working things out on our own. And now the door's wide open for make different choices with health and well-being. And Gloria, your endorsement of Mannatech science, the quality of what they have behind them, the education that they have in regards to, I know it's limited because of health policy in different regions, but you know, I can identify I'm 67 this year, and no one ever knows how old, if they never guess my age accurately. And Gloria, I mean, you look like a spring chicken. I could, and the looks are one thing, but your endorsement of how you feel by embracing this technology. And the only other thing I'll add before I hand over to you is that I too was skeptical of the business model. You've mentioned that a couple times. It is an investment to purchase this, and it's definitely my priority investment over a lot of other things because if you lose your health, you lose everything really. And so it's the best investment I've ever made and continue to make for, I think it's 26 years now for me in Mannatech. So Gloria, can you finish by saying that as a scientist, you've already endorsed the science as being solid. What would you like to advise people today as we lead to the end of this call?
Sorry, can you kindly repeat that, Karen? Sorry, I did catch that last
That's
bit of
okay.
it.
What would you like to leave people with today? Is there anything left incomplete for you? Because I think you've done such a good job at endorsing our scientific aspect and that people can trust their health to this technology.
That's right. Very good. Thank you for that. I'm sorry for the little bit of a technical issue there, but still, I think hopefully people got the gesture of what I was trying to come across. You know what I mean? I think Mannatech message spreading has to be far and wide. You know what I mean? What I believe is, I believe that we have the answer to quality of life versus the quantity of life debate at the moment that's going on at the moment. I think many people realize the fact that is the case now at the moment. So to be honest, we got an answer, we got an answer. And that's what we need to be strong. And, we got a strong basis, to go ahead and, help people and uplift people. There's nothing like that, that we cannot deny any one of that thing. So it's a life-changing technology. With the current generation, I think we have to be very, sort of really, be quite, I would say that we should not be scared to celebrate this technology with others. And we have to be very, sort of, well, I think we are very knowledgeable, and it's ongoing. But we have to go out there and help people, especially the current generation that's actually struggling right now.
Yes. Yeah, there's been so many factors that have, besides different viruses and different interventions for those viruses that have deeply impacted people's health and well-being. And cellular communication has to be the foundation of a solution going forward for all kinds of health imbalances.
That's right.
Be brave. Be brave.
Be brave. Yeah, be brave and be consistent and persistent with this technology, I would say. I think there should never be a day when you say, okay, I don't feel like taking this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we are bombarded, in every sense, surrounded with such a toxic environment, toxic, everything is so toxic at the moment, and how can we battle along? And that's the shield that we got. This technology is like a shield, So
Absolutely.
I do believe, and I just like to encourage everyone, all Mannatech family, to go out there and to be, to be very strong about this technology and just be yourselves, just be yourselves and just, do what you can, and you will get, other end, the results will be, tremendous. I always tell myself, what's different 22 years ago, 25 years ago? What's different now? There's more urgency now than ever before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're constant in the wellness journey. You know what I mean? And this is all about wellness, wellness, wellness. So I think that's fantastic. So nothing has changed unless we changed.
Absolutely. And we're in that mission, so our society isn't focused on wellness yet, and we're there ready to help people, those that are ready to look.
That's right. It's great, Sharon. It's wonderful. I must say that I really want to give so much hope, because we have gone through a period where we were all silent. Things we went through such a last 5 years has been tough years for us. But that was a time of a learning curve to emerge to say what is there for our wellness. And we've been, as Mannatechers, we have been strongly equipped what we got. And it's a real science. Being a scientist myself, I know how much is the real science and not real science. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I must say that I've got some sort of inside knowledge of what science is about. You know what I mean? So I thank God for this wonderful technology that's come to my life and made a big, big difference. And I hope it's going to make many more difference for many, many people, many, many generations to come. I do believe and trust that.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Gloria, thank you so very much. And the take-home message is that for well-being, glyconutrients have to be the foundation for your cells. So we have the best. It is an investment, but you also have loyalty points, which you will not get at your chemist. You will not get at your health food store. I mean, I just can't believe every fifth bottle is basically free for you. So that's a very, very good deal. So thank you for being here, Dr. Gloria. Thank you for all are watching live. And I hope this is a gift that keeps on giving. So Gloria, thank you very, very much. Have a
Thank
great
you very
weekend.
much, Sharon, Diana, and Gary, and all the people who participated in today's. So thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Same to you. Bye-bye.